Let's talk about Blum Undermount Slides. The purpose of this video is to show you how you could use Blum Undermount Slides in your fine furniture. I'm not going to show you necessarily how to mount these things in traditional cabinetry. We're going to look at how to mount these things in an unorthodox manner that is not on YouTube. The cabinets that we're going to mount our Blum Undermount Slides in are cabinets that are considered to be high-end cabinets or high-end fine furniture. We don't use wooden slides, and we don't use side-mounted slides if we can help it. People don't want metal anymore. They don't want to see metal on the side of their drawer boxes, and they want their drawer boxes to operate smoothly. They want their drawer boxes to operate with a soft close function, and the Blum Undermount Slide does that better than any other slide. Now, I know a lot of people are saying right now, well, how the hell do you use a 3/8 drawer box? And they'll ask you this when you want to buy these. They'll say, what is it, 1/2 inch, 5/8? The way you're going to use an undermount slide on this handcrafted drawer box is to make up for the thickness difference on the back side. Now the back side here, you can see we've added a 1/4 inch block. In this case, it's cherry, right? And why do we have to do that? Why is it so important to have that block there? The reason it's so important to have that block there is because of that barb. This barb on the back of your Blum Undermount Slide is essentially 1/2 inch thick. This is what keeps that drawer box from falling out, right? That barb holds the back of the drawer box in place, okay? You have to be able to get that drawer box to seat all the way back and then set flush with the back side of the slide. All right, let's go look at the bottom side of our drawer box from the top. We have our slide here, okay? Now, you can see the barb, okay? The barb has to go into the back side here. When we go to slide this on here, that device locks in, the barb seats in the back, and then this thing is nice and snug. When you buy your Blum Undermount Slides, you'll have to buy them in denominations of 3, right? You can do 12, 15, 18, 21. When you buy, say, a 15-inch Blum Undermount Slide, your drawer box needs to be 15 inches. And that's because that drawer box is going to butt up tight against the back, and it's also going to butt up tight against the front here with a locking device in place, and that distance is 15 inches. So if our drawer box is only 3/8 of an inch thick, that barb technically will push through the back side of your drawer box, so you don't want that. So that's again why we add that 1/4 inch block on the back so this thing can seat on there correctly. So when you make that drawer box, it's important that that drawer box is accounting for that block, right? So if you need to make a 15-inch drawer box with that block, your drawer box is only going to be 14 3/4. Add the block, then it becomes 15 inches. That's the trick. So this is just a quick little overview of me making my drawer boxes. I use miter lock drawer boxes, and these boxes are set up to run Blum Undermount Slides. And you see I'm just going to clamp up my boxes just like anyone else would, and we'll check up the square and move on to the next step. Now you got to cut an opening for your slides set there. In that opening, I generally cut these 1 5/16. I use a little jam saw. I just cut them, knock them out, and that allows that slide to seat in there nicely. And you want it to be a little bit loose. You don't want it to be tight. I'll clean it up with a chisel. Now here I'm putting my blocks on the back. These are 1/4 inch blocks, and this is what makes it possible to use the Blum Undermount Slide with the 3/8 drawer box material. Now I'm going to set these in the cabinet, and basically I'm going to tap the front of the drawer box to locate the barbs on the back of the slides. And you'll see I'm taking a 1/4 inch Forstner bit here. I'm going to go ahead and run this hole in there, and that is where the barb is going to go to keep the drawer box from falling out of the cabinet. here we're going to go ahead and install our locking devices. I use two-way adjustable locking devices. You can adjust these from left to right. You can also adjust the fronts up and down. And I drill a pilot hole here. It keeps the wood from wanting to break when you run the screws in it. So it's just a quick little tip for you. Do the same thing on this one. Again, I get these, it's a 12-inch, 8-inch drill bit that I use for my pilot bit. Works great. And finally here, these are two-way adjustables. These are what you see on most of your kitchen cabinets. These literally just adjust left to right. It's a much simpler design. And I'm using this on a desk that I'm building currently. And here you'll see I'm just throwing this thing in. The nice thing about these drawer boxes, if you build them correctly, you don't need to pull the slides out. You just push the box in there, make sure that both locking devices engage, and you're all done. Now, reinforcement blocks are a sign of quality, and I talk about them anytime I do a drawer box video, because you should put a triangular reinforcement block in the back and in the front. And what this does is this basically locks in the base panel to the side of the cabinet. And again, it's just a sign of quality. All of your classic furniture uses stuff like this, and I find it to be a extremely good tip for people. It does take extra work, and you do have to cut out those little triangles, but you just CA glue them in, and that's really all you got to do. And like I said, it is a sign of quality that someone will recognize right away if they were to look at your work. So thanks for watching my video on how to use 3/8 thick drawer boxes with Blum Undermount slides. I noticed there wasn't a ton of content on YouTube about 3/8 material as it pertained to Blum Undermount slides. And being that here with the Resplendent Crow, we pretty much just make fine furniture, and we use Blum Undermount slides. I felt like, well, I can tell other people about this and show them how I do it. And I hope this knowledge is valuable, you get value out of this information, and that you can use this in your future builds when you're making your own fine furniture. So anyway, yeah, Blum Undermount slides are not just for kitchens, they're not just for vanities or utility cabinets. Modern customers, especially discerning customers, really want the features of a Blum Undermount slide. You know, they love the soft close, they love the smooth action when it opens, and I actually make quite a bit of money selling reproductions of furniture that just use modern slides and modern hinges. You know, people just want that kind of stuff nowadays. So, you know, if you got any value out of this, please comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I love questions. I love making content that people want that pertains to woodworking and all facets of running a woodworking business. So, anyway, have a great one.